Now let's take a peek under properties and see exactly where Tusky's located. So click to activate Tusky, and we see X is at 1585, around 16 for that corner, and then Y of 148. All right, let's go back to the beginning here. Let's slide Tusky down off the stage. And then we'll move forward to where we want to put in a keyframe. And let's say just soon after the executed clearly starts, which is going to be, that starts about 2:15 when that starts to fade in. So maybe at about 2:35, let's put in a keyframe. Okay, and then move this forward, say another 50 frames. So about 285, put in a second keyframe. And at that point, let's return Tusky to the position of like 1585 by, what was it, 148. All right, so that's where he'll end at frame 285, and we'll put in the tween. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Okay, good. Okay, now one little problem we have is that you can see that the green leaves in the background there make it a little hard to see the Tusky's Ad Shop logo. So we've got to figure out a solution for that. So let's try putting a partially white, partially opaque rectangle, white rectangle right behind the logo and see if that helps. So let's make a new layer here, call it rectangle. And what we're going to do is we're going to draw a white rectangle in here. So let's click on our rectangle tool, and we want no stroke. White fill is good. And let's see what our options are here. We can make this a rounded rectangle with these settings. That's about 5 pixels, I think, is the corner radius. So let's see what that looks like. And about like that. Okay. And slide it over there a little bit. See what that looks like. Okay, so if we deselect it, we see that it's a solid white rectangle, and it's in front of our logo. So to fix that, we click on our logo layer, move it up one, so that now it's in front. And let's select our rectangle again and convert it to a symbol. So modify, convert to symbol. We'll call that rectangle. Okay, and now we can move it in from the side here. Okay, with the rectangle selected here, let's go into the properties, and we want to dial the alpha back some, just so we can see a little bit of the leaves coming in behind it. So maybe about 75%. All right, we'll set that. Okay, so now to move it, we're going to go back to the beginning of our timeline and click on our rectangle and slide it off the stage here. And then we'll go forward to the part where the Tusky animation starts, which is at frame 235. So we'll start it at the same time on the rectangle. So insert keyframe, and then at 285 insert another keyframe, and at that point just over there, that's where we want it to end. and then set in our tween. And these two items should be moving simultaneously. So the rectangle comes in as Tusky comes up, and they merge on top of each other at frame 285. All right, we're finished with the animations, but we want to set this ad so that it loops continuously. It'll play over and over. But we don't want it to start looping here at frame 290 because our logo and the end of the type and everything just came in a few frames ago, and that would be kind of an abrupt change to go right back to the beginning. So we get 15 seconds maximum in the animated banner ad. 24 frames per second times 15 gives you 360 frames. So let's go out to 360 and click in here in our top layer, the logo, and drag all the way down so that we get frame 360 highlighted for every layer. And then we're going to go in and insert timeline frame. And what that does is extends the timeline for each one of those layers to the full 360 frames. So what will happen is, once our animation ends, it's still going to play without any animation continuing up until we get to frame 360. And at that point then it can return to the beginning and loop. All right, let's go ahead and save our file because it would be really awful to have the application crash at this point. And let's do one more test where we test the movie in a browser. So to do that, you go up to your control menu and say test movie in browser, and it will open up the browser and we'll see what we've got. Okay, so there it's playing. See creative strategy come in, photos come in color, moving, executed clearly, are there animations? Now it should hold still and then start to loop in a minute. And there we go. Okay, the last thing to do to be able to share your file and actually put it on a website, it would be to publish it. So we go to our file, let's look at the publish settings. And we want JavaScript HTML, and it will put our assets in an images folder and so on. So let's set those OK, and then we publish it. Once you've given the publish command, it will place your finished files in the folder where you originally saved your Animate file. So you see your finished Flash ad, your images in here, your JavaScript, and your HTML are all in that same folder then. All right, thanks for watching.